In the near future, the people of Earth are about to fall victim to a terrible conspiracy of an ordinary AI. By using the clone of one man to create thousands, it had taken control over the entire Earth. Along with that, all their past memories were erased. False stories were created, and it was planning to dry up the oceans and turn the Earth into a desert. Our beloved only moon is now on the verge of destruction, causing Earth to lose its balance. After a great war, Earth became uninhabitable, and all humans began to live on Titan, a moon of Saturn. But despite everything, some people still didn't want to leave their beautiful home Earth, and because of this reason, they were marked as enemies here. Through a clone human, a long-term project was run to kill them, and the name of that project was Tech Mission. The funny thing is, those used in the Tech Mission were made from the same DNA. Every time they died, they were sent again in the same form and purpose. But they didn't know that. With such an incredible and beautiful story, I'm here with the explanation of the movie Oblivion. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave your opinion in the comment box. At the beginning of the movie, we are shown a large, tall tower with a camp set on top. There, two technicians are preparing for their daily routine work. Their team has been named Tech 49. Last night, a drone got damaged in an enemy attack, so they were talking about fixing it. His name is Jack Harper, an extremely talented drone technician. Now his destination is to locate and repair that drone. As planned, he boards his favorite bubble ship, tests it properly, then flies off. Like every day, today too, they are being instructed from the control room. They don't know anyone else besides themselves. They have only been working here for a few days. They remember nothing about their life before coming here. They only follow what the control room tells them. And just 2 weeks later, they will be permanently transferred to Titan, where many people have already started living. This lady's name is Victoria. As instructed by the control room, she gives Jack the locations of 2 more drones to repair. As told, Jack heads there in his bubble ship. As he approaches, he notices many scavengers have died. By scavengers, some alien species is implied. Though they had won the war, their presence hasn't completely ended, so small fights still happen occasionally. The place was a playground. Jack finishes his work and activates the drone. Suddenly he hears a sound and gets startled. He aims his gun and sees a dog standing. Just then, the drone fully activates. These drones are extremely dangerous. They are programmed very aggressively. After scanning and confirming Jack's identity, it flies away. Jack moves on to repair the second drone. A Tom Cruise movie without a bike ride? Impossible. This bike was attached to his bubble ship. Honestly, I fell in love with this bike. Anyway, after finishing, Jack couldn't find the bike. Maybe some scavenger couldn't resist seeing it. Eventually, Jack returns to the camp. He often had the same kind of dream. A strange girl would always appear in it. It felt like they had met before. Waking up from sleep, he was shocked. Seeing bright lights outside, he rushed and saw a huge explosion. One of the rigs used to extract water was destroyed. Later, it was learned that scavengers did it. They had stolen fuel cells from some rigs long ago and were using them to do these things. Meanwhile, Jack hears a strange signal nearby. Victoria checks it but finds nothing. Then where is the signal coming from? After traveling a long way, Jack reaches a tall tower. Circling around cautiously, he enters but finds nothing. Just cutting one wire, the signal stops. But on Victoria's map, that tower wasn't shown at all. The area was marked as empty, and this raises suspicion in Jack's mind. Jack exits and cuts off contact with Victoria without informing her. He takes the bubble ship to a remote place surrounded by tall mountains. He often visited this place, but Victoria knew nothing about it. He would play basketball alone and talk to a fish. Suddenly he hears a loud boom in the sky. He sees a spacecraft's wreckage falling from the sky. Jack wastes no time and heads toward it. But Victoria stops him, saying control room will send a drone. This task is outside their mission. But Jack had already reached there. Victoria gets worried because she never disobeyed orders. Her only fear, if she's not taken to Titan for not following orders. But Jack didn't care much about that. Though both followed the same rules, this was their difference. Jack descends and is shocked. All are living humans. Not just 1 or 2, but 6 sleep pods. For the first time, Jack sees other human faces. By then, a drone arrives, scanning and killing them. Jack asks Victoria to stop the drone, but she says without contact with control, she can't do anything. Jack sees a woman whom he had seen in his dreams. She just fell from the sky. He doesn't understand anything. Meanwhile, the drone trouble continues. It almost attacked when Jack bravely faces it. In the end, he manages to save the girl, ties the sleep pod to the bubble ship, and returns to camp. As soon as the pod opens, they realize she is still alive. Soon after regaining consciousness, she calls Jack by name and faints again. At this incident, it felt like the sky fell on Jack's head. He couldn't understand anything. How does she know his name? Later, when he regained consciousness, they got introduced. Her name is Julia. Then we learned that 60 years ago, they were sent into space for a mission called Odyssey. Beyond this, Julia says nothing more, because the present Earth is far different from the past one. Due to years of war, the entire planet is now on the verge of destruction. She needs to know what happened here during all this time. So she requests Jack for the flight recorder. Maybe a truth will be revealed if they get that. Victoria, meanwhile, wanted to report Julia's arrival to control, but at Jack's request, she keeps it secret till morning. Due to long sleep in the pod, Julia couldn't sleep that night. Next morning, Jack tells her, soon she'll be taken to the control room. But Julia doesn't care. She just wants the flight recorder. With that, she can learn many things. Jack was actually looking for someone thoughtful like her, someone to share thoughts and uncover the truth behind all this. Because he never could ask Victoria the questions he had in mind, she never wanted anything outside the control room. Then, without wasting time, leaving Victoria asleep, they both fly out in the bubble ship. Their destination now is to reach the crashed spaceship. Meanwhile, Victoria realizes what's happening and is in big trouble, because soon Control will ask for an update, and what will she say? After a lot of searching, Julia finally finds the flight recorder. Now they're about to leave, but suddenly some scavengers attack Jack. He somehow puts the ship on autopilot and sends Julia to the camp. Then he loses consciousness. In the next scene, we see Jack and Julia being taken through a mountain tunnel inside a huge canyon. This moment acts as a turning point for Jack. In the darkness, someone starts talking from in front of him. Jack realizes his every move is known to them. In short, his entire job description is revealed to him. When the lights turn on, he sees many people around. This man's name is Beach. He tells Jack that they are not aliens, but humans like him. But Control Room had introduced them as aliens. They discuss about the drones. Beach tells him that the drones are only programmed to kill humans. Then he remembers the scene where sleeping astronauts were brutally killed. Even if he doesn't want to believe it, this is the truth. While they were talking, the sergeant arrived and warned Beach that if they delayed too long, the drones might track Jack's vehicle and attack. So they must finish the job quickly. Following orders, they brought Jack to a drone lab and asked him to reprogram the drone since it only recognized his DNA. Once reprogrammed, the drone would destroy the control room, bringing peace back to Earth. But when Jack refused, they threatened to kill Julia in front of him. As the sergeant pointed the gun at Julia's head, alarms began to ring. They realized the drone had already followed Jack's truck. These drones were so advanced they could complete missions in any situation. In the end, the sergeant shot it down. Seeing the situation worsen, Beach decided to let Jack go. Jack was taken out through a different path where he spotted his old favorite bike. Yes, they were the ones who stole it. Jack took Julia and the bike straight to the tower. Inside, he reconnected the wire and sent a signal to Victoria, who was sitting at her desk. As soon as she received it, she sent the bubble ship to pick Jack up. But to her surprise, when she saw the footage, she wasn't ready at all. We then discover that Julia and Jack were already husband and wife. This place was familiar to them. It was where their relationship began. 60 years ago, NASA sent Victoria, Julia, Jack, and others on a mission named Odyssey to follow a mysterious triangular object that entered Earth's orbit. It was called the TET. At that time, humans didn't know what it was. Victoria and Jack led the mission while others were asleep in pods. When the ship was attacked by the TET, Jack acted quickly, separating the sleeping crew and staying with Victoria. The TET then captured them both. After that, Jack and Victoria forgot everything. Here lies the movie's main twist. Only Jack would occasionally see Julia in dreams, while Victoria never questioned anything and blindly followed the control room's orders. By now they had reached the tower, but Victoria's behavior seemed strange. She locked the door and stood still. Jack tried to convince her, but she said nothing and handed full control to the command center. Suddenly, a tragic event unfolded. A drone, secretly hidden inside the tower, activated. Before they could react, it attacked, killing Victoria. Then it faced Jack, but Julia's presence saved him. Realizing the danger, Jack fled with Julia, but 3 deadly drones chased them. To survive, Jack entered a storm, but it didn't help. These drones were too powerful. Finally, near a desert, he destroyed the last drone, but his bubble ship was wrecked. Exiting the ship, Jack noticed black smoke nearby. Leaving Julia behind, he ran there and found someone repairing a drone, just like he used to do. Jack rushed in to stop him, but to his shock, saw someone identical standing there. Everything was the same, except for the number. This new Jack was Tech 52. Our Jack was Tech 49. Julia arrived too. Interestingly, this new Jack also seemed to recall something seeing her. Using the chance, Jack 49 attacked him. During the fight, a bullet hit Julia, leaving her weak. Jack then knocked out Tech 52 and noticed Julia fainted. He moved her to a safe place and boarded Tech 52's ship. He flew to another tower. Although it looked like his own, the location was different. Even more shocking, inside he saw Victoria, alive, talking to him casually, thinking he was Tech 52. Jack, pretending to believe, took a med kit and left for Julia. Meanwhile, scavengers captured Tech 52. Jack gave Julia first aid, then took her to his favorite mountain spot. After 60 years, they were finally reunited. Next morning, they made a plan and met Beach. Now that Jack knew the truth, there was no turning back. He started programming the drone. Meanwhile, Malcolm shared what had happened to Jack in the past. Things erased from his memory. Jack learned that the TET had created thousands of clones of him and Victoria for its use. The woman from the control room was just a robotic bot. They were always told stories about Titan, where they would supposedly be sent, but in reality, no one lived there. After hearing all this, Jack was completely shattered. Just then, the drones attacked again. This time, 3 drones were sent. They entered and caused total destruction. Against their speed and aggression, the team was helpless. After much damage, they finally managed to defeat all 3 drones. But during the fight, Malcolm got shot. In his weak state, he told Jack that he had to finish the mission now. If the plutonium bomb didn't reach the TET's control room, everything would be destroyed. But he also warned Jack that the TET would kill him on sight, since he had regained his memories. With no other choice, Julia decided to go instead, because the TET had already marked her as wanted. If she was mentioned, maybe they'd allow access. As planned, they put her into a sleeping pod and sent her toward the TET. The TET still remembered that when the Odyssey mission crashed, only one person had survived, Julia. So she was sent in a pod, asleep, just like before. Jack tied the pod to his bubble ship and set off for the TET. After a long journey, he reached it. Meanwhile, he listened to the old flight recordings. Everything matched Malcolm's words. Shockingly, he even heard his own voice. Reaching the door, Jack identified himself and said he brought Julia. The door opened. 2 drone guards escorted him inside. Jack was stunned to see thousands of clones of himself and Victoria stored there, seemingly endless. After a few steps, he reached the core. This was the same AI that had terrorized the galaxy. Jack slowly opened the sleeping pod, and out came Malcolm. It was all part of their plan. Their goal was to destroy the evil AI once and for all. As planned, he pressed the switch on the plutonium bomb. A huge explosion destroyed the TET completely. Meanwhile, Julia woke up from her pod. Looking up, she saw the blast in the sky. At that very moment, all drones below shut down instantly. Thus ended the deadly purpose of the monstrous AI. The scene shifted. A long time had passed. Julia now had a little daughter and was living a peaceful life. Soon the sergeant and others arrived, and among them we saw Jack too. It was Tech 52. After staying with them for so long, he had uncovered the truth. With this final scene, the movie ends. If you liked the video, don't forget to give a like and subscribe. Allah Hafez.